Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart.
We got Kilchoman Original Cask Strength Quarter Cask Matured.
Bam, I don't know if you could say that twice.
It's a mouthful. Let's test it.
Test it! All right, we're back in. First of all, I want to point out it's hard to match the hat.
You gave me crap one time for wearing a very similar shirt one
Yes.
time. You called me the tennis ball.
Boom, yeah. So tennis ball 2, retina burn going on. But I had to match the hat, and I was like, you know what? That matches. I'm bringing the hat in with the shirt.
It matches. Well, that shirt matches with anything.
Sure. You just put it on because it's a guaranteed clash. What do we have on our Scotch Gods shout out?
Well, we're going to tie a couple in here because we did our 300th review of the Middleton.
Middleton Irish.
Well, Middleton Barry Crockett Legacy was our 300th review.
Right.
Now, and generally we take a coin, which we haven't even done yet.
Right.
So for Kilchoman, we're going to use coin number 208. How's that?
Do it.
We're all kinds of sorts of off today.
I've got my 57 Chevy going.
So coin 208. But when we did our 300th review, we used coin 200. And we put that up on eBay.
Yeah, well, you had a great idea. You're like, you know what? It's our 300th episode. Grab the 200 coin, throw it up on eBay for $10. That's what we charge. Maybe it goes for 11.
Well, yeah.
I thought it might go for 35 because we initialed it Internet Famous.
Yeah. And I thought maybe 20 to 30 bucks.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
What'd it go for?
101, baby.
$101.
Ooh, there was like a bidding war.
So anyway, Amy
Yes.
was the high bidder.
Right.
We had
Not Amy's husband.
Several of our
Amy.
several of our frequent commenters.
Ooh, I thought you were going to say freaks.
Twitter followers, people that comment on YouTube, a couple of our Patreon subscribers were bidding on the coin.
Right.
So it went up to $101. Amy was the winner.
Boom.
Amy had also commented on
Michigan.
the 300th episode.
Right. So the Scotch God comment.
From Amy. Congrats from the Amy half on your 300th episode.
So just the Amy half.
Well, there's two there, Amy and Amy's husband.
Right.
We don't
So
know his real name. It's just Amy's
he
husband.
may not have wanted to congratulate us.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
No, I think he did.
We may know his first name. We prefer to call him Amy's husband.
That's right. She says, Solancha to many more milestones.
Thank you.
300 Patreon subscribers would be awesome.
That would be.
Keep entertaining.
That would be good. We could definitely afford to go over to Scotland if we had 300 Patreon supporters.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
A couple times a year.
So great Scotch God shout out. That was an awesome episode. What we do is every 100th episode, we usually get a very special bottle or we even redid Keoila, which was our very first one that then turned into lamp.
Yep.
Hello.
I'll turn that on. Leave
All
it
right,
on.
coming in.
That was the very first review we did was Kalila, 12-year. So then our 100th review, we re-reviewed it. That's the bottle from that episode. That very bottle right there.
Yep.
And then
Scotch
episode or review 200 was Booker's Rye.
That was good. Yeah.
And episode 300 then Middleton Barry Crockett
Into an
Legacy.
Irish. Yeah, we're trying to spread around our century ones too.
Yep. All right.
Perfect. Very good. So I'm in the liquor store. I see the Kilchoman Cask Strength. I love me some cask strength, and I was like, gotta get it. They were literally like, I had it in my hand, and Matt comes over. He's like, have you seen it? You already got it. And he was gonna tell me that it was there, and then he's like, you found it already. I'm like, yes, I did. We were at Auburn Spirits. He already knew what I was gonna want, but I beat him to it and had it. Already had it in hand. So
I can smell it.
Yes. Woo. Look at that. That's what I'm loving. I love when your scotch crawls up out of the glass and then reaches out and goes and gets somebody's nose.
Yes.
I love when you pour it and they're like, what are you drinking? Mm-hmm. You felt it, didn't you? You felt it all the way over there.
And that lets you know it. Soon
as
as
a presence.
My nose is, 2 or 3 inches from the glass, and it's letting me know what's in there.
That is what I love about a peated whiskey.
You know, the first note I got was?
What was that?
Smoked salmon.
Ooh, really? I've got roasted peat, licorice that I got in there.
Roasted peat.
Yeah. I felt like it was just
so different
roasting. Yeah. It's like a roasting and then that peat smell with it. A little bit of licorice. I've got a nut. I don't clarify what type. A little crazy. And then I've got a grain sea salt smell. And those are all in there. Even now I'm getting that licorice, black licorice. You're right though, that there's like smoked fish. Not a fishiness, but that smokeness. Yeah, that sea salt.
I've got like a hickory or a mesquite smoke
Really?
also. Probably from like an actual barbecue or a smoked salmon where you use some sort of a mesquite or a hickory wood to smoke it.
See, this is one of those nosers that I could just sit there
Yeah.
and nose for like 20 to 30 minutes before I even sipped it.
I got some peaches.
Huh.
As
I
a
did not get
sweetness.
that.
I did get a sweetness, and it took me a little bit to narrow it down, and I said peaches. Cherries and toothpaste.
Interesting. I like that note.
And I think that must be a little bit of a mintiness, probably.
You know, I can kind of see where I know where you got that because I can definitely, it's kind of like that sharp twang.
Now, what is our ABV? This is cask strength.
Yes.
Do you
I can't
remember off the top of your
right now.
head?
I want to say like 58.
56.9.
Okay. Man, that is good. You're right. There is a little bit of a fruity undertone in there, and I can see where you got the cherry. I almost the cherry I get would be almost more like a cherry cola, and a slight earthiness.
It's hot. It's spicy. There's a pepper, a black pepper in there. Beautiful peat. Peat was the first thing that hit my palate. When I put it, before I'd put in just a small sip in my mouth, hadn't breathed in or nothing, and I could taste the peat. Peat was already saturating my taste buds.
I get my first note is like a salty pine forest. And it sits there.
Yes.
I'm jumping now to the finish because that's where I'm at. It's got this long, soft, lingering finish. What do I got in my notes? Yeah, it's the peat's trailing. There's a sweetness that continues to hang around, wrapped in that peat. When I do that little inhalation technique, I'm still getting the peat, and I almost get like a winter green coolness, almost like a mint would give you on your breath.
Yes.
That lingers.
Yep. A little bit of that smoked salmon is present, and that peach cobbler, peach sweetness is still there.
Yeah, almost at the end, the sweetness that I mentioned in my notes, you're right, it's almost like a different, a distant aftertaste of a piece of peach cobbler.
By the way, we have some coffee beans here to cleanse the nasal palate.
The nasal palate. That is a carry-on from our massive Sweet 16 Rye shootout where we fought the rye and the rye won. Go check those out. But our fans were like, if you get unground coffee beans and nose them in between, it'll kind of clean that.
I think you can just say coffee beans.
Okay.
Not unground.
Unground coffee beans. That's a good point. Because you have ground coffee beans, otherwise it's just coffee beans. I could have said roasted coffee beans.
That's right.
But unground would kind of be like if I mentioned they were picked coffee beans already, that they'd been picked. Or coffee beans picked?
I believe so.
Okay. Maybe they're shaken. From henceforth, I'm calling them unground coffee beans.
We had several of our viewers comment, though, to say do this to cleanse the nose.
Right. They also
so you get
mentioned back
a good
then,
nose.
wow, I just totally got the smoked salmon.
Oh, yeah?
Completely. Even with a little bit of that fishiness, that salted fishiness. Isn't that something? I did not have that in my notes. I didn't have it on the first deal. Wow. Like take a quick hit. And that is what I'm getting. If I like cap it off and don't bring it in deep. That sounded wrong. Huh. I get I get a little bit of Band-Aid now as well. Kind of that adhesive Band-Aid plastic. I get that often with some peat. I've got to add a touch of water and see if this changes up.
I've got my water, and it really helps with the heat and the spiciness of it. The peat is still very present, very delicious. Almost turned to a little bit of a cigarette ash to me with water. It brings out a little bit of a tobacco note in it as well.
Okay. I didn't have that note on there now, and I either the water or you're mentioning it now has me picking up a hint of the tobacco note. I don't smoke. I don't like smoking. I don't like being around smoke, but I love the smell of tobacco. And this isn't that pipe tobacco. This feels more like if there was...
like a tobacco leaf?
Yeah, almost like I had a buddy that would chew tobacco, but he would do the whole leaf kind of deal.
Out of the pouch.
Right.
That's a whole nother story.
That is.
I'm glad I never got into chewing. I got a bunch of, but in high school I had a bunch of friends that chewed. When I was in the Army, a bunch of the guys chewed.
Right. All the kind.
College, work now.
Right.
People chewing. Never got into it.
Never. I don't think I could do that ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The leaf, the buddy that did the leaf gave me some of that. Didn't sit with me well, but I
there's
like
these bottles and cups sitting all over with like napkins in there that they spit in, and
the accoutrements on how everything. But I like the whole leaf.
Just
that part. It made me feel. I'm going to tell you, it made me feel very like frontier pioneer trapper. Right, like I've got my tobacco leaf pouch. That was part of it. I remember, I think we were out hunting when he was try some of this, and then I didn't feel too good.
2 drops of water, and I'm getting some of the grassiness or a little bit of the maltiness coming through. A little bit of the Band-Aid, like you said.
Wow. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more of the saltiness with the drop. A little bit of a twang. That saltiness is very, very prevalent now. That sea salt. That sea salt with the peat. I just love it. A little more earthiness. Not much else to add on this, but wow, I like this. 91 for me. I really enjoy it.
Did you see mine? 92.
Wow, look at you.
Delicious.
I don't get a ton of transitions moving through, but it's that sea salt, earthiness, peatedness, a little bit of the nut, and I enjoy it. I really, and the nose on this again is great.
And that's probably one of my higher scores on a peated that hasn't been in any special casking.
Got it.
You know, there's no sherry influence or anything else to this. Just a nice cask strength peated.
If you would have
Scotch.
had me write down secretly what your score was, I thought you would throw it in at a 90. I figured you would like this. It's got a lot of nice flavors tucked inside of it. And it doesn't come off as like a peat slap in the face either. I mean, it's a real middle strong peat. It's not featherly light like there's a hint of it in there. It's not a massive ppm peat. It's literally kind of straddling right in the middle for me as a peat.
Probably. But on the nose, though, too, it's so present. You almost think it's going to be
right.
Really punchy in the face.
Right.
And maybe even me, maybe I'm getting more used to them and liking them more. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's reach up and grab some nose hairs and pull them out, peat.
Right.
Very
this
nice.
isn't
Very
one of those
nice.
like you've got to be a peat pro to enjoy it,
Right.
where the brand new folks would be like, run away, run away. But this is a middle.
Well, you might want to bring the alcohol
yes.
down a little bit for them. But yeah, if you brought this down to a 45% for a new person, I think it'd be a great peat for him to get into. But, so, is it worth it? And I see your price you wrote on there. I didn't think it was that high.
Yeah.
Was it $100?
101. 101. And I had it tucked in the arm already because I saw cask strength, Kilchoman.
Yep.
And I was like, that's an auto. And then, hey, you want to get that cask? You got it. Uh-huh.
So is it worth it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. First of all, you give me the cask strength so I can bring that ABV down where I want it. I can play with it a little bit. Love that. That's where I dig cask strength. The fact that it's that middle of the road peat, it's not trying to peat punch you. It's not a subtle like, hey, if you really dig down deep, there's a bit of peat in there. No, this is just, it is what it is, right on the middle of the road. Love it. High quality. Great nose. It's got that nose in it. I'm not a big carer of the color. I don't really care about color because it can be light, still be a wonderful peated whiskey. But it's very well rounded, very flavorful. Now you gotta like that sea saltness though. That brine's in there. Go ahead.
Two things: non-chill filtered, natural color. Now, $100. This is a non-age statement. Kilchoman, still worth it. You're telling me $100.
Yeah. Well, here's my deal, and everybody knows this with the peats that I like anyway. I like a strong peat.
Yeah.
Peats are younger. I like them younger. I don't like. Well, no, I still like 18-year-old peats, but the older the older those casks get, the more subtle the peat becomes, and I love the peat. So, no age statement peats, they don't bother me really much at all.
Well, there's a qualifier.
Give the qualifier.
It says it has been matured for at least 6 years. Or actually, it says matured for over 6 years.
Over 6. Why not just throw the...
Why not put the... Well, the 6 would probably turn a lot of buyers off, maybe.
Maybe at that price.
People that didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my deals with peat. I mean, I really love the peated 10 years with Lefroy and Ardbeg. So when they come in with a little bit younger... the Lagavulin 8 was just really peaty and strong. The years don't affect me as much. Now, again, if it was a 3 year or something like that, and the spirit felt a little more raw, I could see maybe that being an issue. But a no age statement. This is an NAS done exactly as it should be. Let's just say if it was even 6 years, it's delicious. Good thing to know, though, like that you read the qualifier. Some people are going to want to know that.
Yep.
I don't get tied up on years, really. I don't.
Well, you do. Sometimes. We just did a review, and you said, this is I can't remember what it was, but you're like, this is a 10-year, and nah, I don't think it's worth it. And I go, well, forget the 10-year age statement. How does it taste? Is that worth it? And then you said, oh, you know what? You do that? Yeah, it's worth it.
You've called me out on public TV, YouTube. I'm going to admit to what you said. Occasionally, a year matters. I've just flip-flopped and reversed. You got me.
I don't remember. It was recent. It was within the last month we did one.
Your memory's better than mine. I would have called shenanigans and said I didn't say that, but we do know it's the interwebs, the evidence out there. I'm going to go with your memory.
And someone, I think Jamie Beaver even commented and said, good call on calling Bart out on the age.
There's now a gang of you, so I'm just flip-flopping back. Sometimes age matters.
And that was like a $50 one. You're like, that's a 10-year, it's $50, it's not worth it. I go, forget the 10 years, just take, what's the taste?
And then I said, okay.
You go, okay, well, yeah, no, just put it that way. Yeah, that's worth it.
I fell into I fell into the years matter thing. I got to break it. Because, okay, I believe in a quality dram. This is quality.
I believe so, too. Yeah, that's
about, and I say it's worth it. You checked me again. All right. We had
shout out. We had a Patreon
shout out,
and we apologize because we've fallen behind.
The rise kind of jacked up our schedule.
That rise shootout did.
The rise shootout we got hammered and we fell behind.
We were meeting extra times and we were shooting those and we weren't getting any regular review episode shot. And then we were like, okay, did we do a shout out for C. Scott Kippen? I don't remember. So how about Robert Childs? Did we? We don't remember.
And you've just done it. They're both Patreon backers. We've done it. Look how you worked that in so beautifully.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just slid in there.
And we've got some more to do.
Yeah.
Not
now, though.
No.
Yeah, we'll do them later. But we got C. Scott Kippen and Robert Childs in there.
Childs.
They're in there.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everything helps.
Helps us big time. We are saving money. We would love to go over to Scotland in 2018. Not sure we can swing it, but we want to go over there. We want to visit these distilleries. We want to get some bottles, buy some bottles that you can only get at the distilleries. And we want to do some live shows if we can get a good enough internet connection wherever we're at on site, if possible. We've already had a good invite from Tomatin. The two Scots, said that if we come down.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah, not an invite that we're going to pay for you to come over.
No,
an invite if you're
just like
here.
You can hang out with us. Yeah, maybe the Scots said we could buy them a dram if we ever showed up in country.
Yep.
That's the kind of invite we got. All right, so we're going to Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.